Yo, we are back with another video. If you are familiar with this channel, then you're familiar with this apparatus that's right here underneath my camera below here. This is the SP-404 MK2 from Roland, and this is a machine that when I first bought it, I didn't know it had as many use cases as it has. In this video, basically, what I'm going to do is show you how I set this up to do live beat sets. I've got a live beat set. If you're watching this, it would have already passed, but I got a live beat set tomorrow with Pattern Select. Shout out to people at Pattern Select. And I'm going to show you how I set this up to do live beat sets. So first off, what I do is go to pad number 1, because this is where all my beat sets are. I always keep my beats on project 1. Just so if I ever have to pop out and do a quick beat set or just play some beats that happen to be in there, I don't really have to do anything. So I'll just make beats on the following 15 other projects. That's first and foremost. The way I like to set it up, because so these are my other sets that I have. So you can see all 16 pads. I might have replaced this or got rid of it. I wasn't feeling it. All 16 pads, all 16 pads. Now this one is empty. So I have a 20 to 25 minute set. And the way I rationalize that is I'm gonna play one bank full of beats, 16. If the beat's a minute to a minute and a half, you know, once you get to 16, I'm around 20 minutes. I might have a beat that's 2 minutes here or there, but for the most part, I like to keep it very short so that I can just keep it interesting. You know, I might play just like 8 bars or 16 bars or even 12 bars, and let's go to the next beat. So what I'm gonna do is gonna walk you through how I set up this new beat set, because I'm not really looking to play any old beats that I've done in other beat sets. Not that anybody would remember, or it's not that serious, but just for me, I want to just keep it fresh and keep the energy high, and just keep getting better and better. So first off, I already did it because, you know, for time purposes, I found this record, 100 Super Duper Bloopers. It's like some old radio commercials and announcers, 1977. But I think these are from earlier times. This is when the vinyl came out. So I recorded the intro, which I'm going to use for the set. So I'm going to attach that to whatever beat I decide is going to be the first beat. I just put it in my Pattern Select beat folder, because these are my potential beats that I am going to be playing. So if you look right here, intro, this is what it is.
And now the house lights are dimming. A hush falls over the expectorant audience as our maestro makes his way to the podium.
Bam! Beat starts right there, right? Oh, another thing too. The way I have this set up is like the corresponding banks. So there's A and F, B and G, C and H, D and I, E and J. So for example, this set, whichever it was, I have my beats on B, but if you press it again, you go to G, and then I can trigger effects while the beat's playing, right? So this one, E is empty. I've emptied it. There used to be a beat set on here, but I'm getting a whole new beat set. But on J,
real bad man,
you know, the effects are still there. So while I'm doing my set, in between doing my DJ effects and isolator and resonator, I could go back and just keep it exciting. I don't ever want you to just be hearing the beat looping for too long, at least. I will do that a little bit, but not for too long. So what I'm gonna do is, these are the beats that I already kind of pre-chose. There's 10 in here, and I need to get 16. I'm not gonna show you all. I'm not gonna show you me loading up all 16 beats. But so for example, I think I like this Beauty Mark joint. So for sake of the video, that will be the first beat that I play. I'll go to my Ableton files. I'll find Beauty Mark. Load up Beauty Mark. I don't need to save that. That was just me recording the vinyl for the intro. So this is the beat already mastered. I'm going to just kill the master. I went crazy with it. I got glue compressor, another EQ. I'm just gonna mute that because with the ozone on, it's gonna be laggy. You know, it's a cool little intro bop. So what I'll do is I'll move all this over, and I'm just baking the intro right into the beat, which you don't have to do that. You could actually trigger it yourself, but that's just more work that I'm not, interested in doing. I'd rather just attach it to the first beat.
And
Take off the warp because I don't want it to have any sort of timing to it.
And now the house lights are dimming. A hush falls over the expectorant audience as our maestro makes his way to the podium.
Boom, doo, doo, doom, right there, right? And this sample filter helps with it helps with a lot. It'll add a little bit of reverb, a little delay, and I could EQ it. Add a little bit more grit than it's already on it. Might even wobble it a little bit more.
As our maestro makes his way to the podium.
Okay, so I'll highlight this whole thing and I'll look, or I'll just go right here. This is a minute. Right here where this second loop happens, including the intro, that's a minute. So I don't want a whole another full loop to go. So what I'll do, it just keeps looping over and over again. What I will do is I'll copy the sample over so that I know while I'm playing the set, if the sample starts playing by itself, the beat is about to finish, There's a lot of different ways to do it. You could just have the beat continuously loop forever, but I like to kind of have a start and end, let the beat kind of fade out or sequence itself out, and then get ready to trigger the next beat. So even with this long outro, this whole beat is about a minute and a half, like I said, which I'm not mad at. I might even shorten this even more. Yeah. I'm gonna start right there. Missed it. So. Then it rings out a little bit. But by that time, the next beat would have kicked in already. So now that I have that set like that, I'll just set the loop point.
And now the house lights are dimming. A hush falls over the expectorant audience as our maestro makes his way to the podium.
I'll turn my master back on. Good thing I already kind of mixed this beat. So this is another thing I'll do with my master. I'm saying master because it's not a professional master.
And now the house lights are...
right, so you have, what I try to do is try to get it as loud as possible without completely ruining the dynamics of the beat, and I think that's pretty good. You know, one or two beat dropout. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Drop out the bass for a little bit. That's good enough. And I'm not even, you know, resaving it as a different name or anything like that, or different versions. I'm gonna go pattern beat select. Let me make a new folder. Final beats. Beauty mark. I'm gonna call it 01 so I know that that's the intro. That's the first beat. Then what you want to do is open this SP-404 app on the computer. So it'll show you right here, this top right project is free, which is E. The bottom is J, which are the sound effects. I find the beat, simply just dragging it onto the pad. For some reason, Ableton always has a little bit of headroom. I'm just like I would chop a sample.
And
I'm chopping that off, truncating it. I'm taking the gate off.
now the house lights are dimming. A hush falls over the expectorant audience as our maestro makes his way to the podium.
Okay, let's do another one so that I could show you the effects that I use and the transition from one beat to the other. So I'm going back into my pattern select beats that I've already somewhat chose. Beauty mark's already done. This is not the master copy of that song, so I might actually just throw it in the garbage. Just this version, just to keep it clean. Let's try set. There we go. Set me free. I'm looking for the Ableton file. There it is. Set me free. And I'm saving Beauty Mark just in case something goes bad and I have to re-export it. It's still there. And the funny thing, this beat is already 1 minute and 16 seconds, but it does sound a little bit low. So there's not a lot of work that I need to do with this beat. This was just a loop with addictive drums on it. So I'm gonna go to the main part of the beat.
Could set my heart free if I could set my heart free if I.
And you can see I got a lot of room to.
Could set my heart free,
re-export. Final beats, set me free, 02, export. Because there wasn't a lot going on, I didn't need to really sequence that much. It's only a 1 minute beat. There's an intro and an outro, so the time in between could just be me playing with the effects. All right, so I could even close Ableton because I'm not using it anymore. This is already here because I've already been searching for it. Go back to the SP-404 MK2 software. Wait for it to do its thing. And I'm dragging this onto pad number 2. Cut the beginning, just kind of truncate it. There's that pop right there too.
So many.
Truncate. So once this is full of 16 beats, now the one that I really like, scatter. But the thing with scatter, the beat has to be to match the internal BPM in order for it to do it in the right timing. So I don't use that when I do live sets. I'll use that if I made a beat in the pattern mode, then I'll be able to use, because the internal BPM is locked to the same as the scatter. But when I'm doing live beats, I can't really do it. I just try to freestyle with the effects looper. Another one I do is a resonator, which is basically a turntable stop. True, right? And the new one that I've been messing around with is Kodama, which is like almost like a dub delay. But I'll just like turn it on quick and turn it right back off. Usually do it on a snare, so it's like fades out while the beat is still playing. And like I said, for the transitions, a lot of times it's just if the beat doesn't have a complete ending where it finishes and fades out. So for example, I'll do this.
And now the house lights are dimming. A hush falls over the expectorant audience as our maestro makes his way to the podium.
Isolator, DJ effects, stopper, Kodama, right? And I'll show you how I transition. With the stopper.
So many times,
You know,
you try to
those
tell
beats don't
me
naturally overlap, so it's
just
not
how
really
sweet
the effect I was going for, but you get the idea, hopefully.
I could set my heart free. I could set my heart free. If I could set my heart free. Love my whole life crazy. In this I could set my heart free. If I
Go back to the
could set
main
my
bang.
heart free. If I could set my heart free.
You could fade it out with a delay or something like that if you wanted to. So that is how I set up my SP-404 to do live beat sets. Let me know if there's any questions that you guys have, and let me know in the comments if I didn't tackle anything that you might have been expecting me to address. If you're watching this, pattern select beat set has already happened. I'll put a little clip to some of my set right here.
Yo, make some noise if you're feeling this shit, y'all.
There you go. Shout out to the good people over there at Pattern Select, putting me on the bill. Had a blast. Future me had a blast. Make sure you guys go check out my new website, producebyfin.com. I got some free drum breaks that I made I recorded some drum beats to tape, and I gave them away on my site, producedbyfinn.com. If you want to see that video, click the link right here. Do all the things they tell you to do, like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, make more beats.